plan is to continue expanding these stores out. There's just so many cities, so many markets that we can expand, and we are very relatable in most of these. The evolution started with an experiment. The experiment was successful. Post that, we tried to figure out what is the optimal experimental size. So is it 800 square feet, 1000 square feet, 3000 square feet, 5000 square feet? We opened all these different stores and different regions, right? Does it work in tier 1? Does it work in tier 2, tier 3? And we've come to realize that the bigger the store for us, the more profitable it is. And it's agnostic of which tier it is in the country, actually. So very excited about the fact that there's such a big market for us. The Soul Store is a place of fun. I think this is very natural to what we are and who we are, right? If you see any of our those stores with these massive graffitis outside, it's the right that our brand has earned to do something like that. Like, people expect that from the Soul Store. We are a fun place. We are the home of pop culture. When you walk in, we want you to feel a little dreamy. So we have the right as a brand to do that. I think if you take another brand that does that, people will not expect it and think that this doesn't match it. So I think this kind of goes with us. So we have obviously Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Kolkata, but we also have in Surat, Ahmedabad, Bhopal. We're going to open in Goa tomorrow. And then we also have in very small cities like Dehradun, Navsari, Rajkot, etc. A good 25-30% comes from tier 3 and a good another 20-25% comes from tier 2. So tier 1 is about 40% actually. The plan is to continue expanding these stores out. There's just so many cities, so many markets that we can expand, and we are very relatable in most of these markets. What we're very excited about is the international journey, because the Soul Store is truly unique. There's nothing like us around the world. What most people do, right, when they create a brand, is they become the something of India. They try to create a H&M of India, the Lululemon of India, the Uniqlo of India. We are the Soul Store. We're nothing like anyone, and no one's like us. The Middle East would be the first region probably this year, and hopefully next year we might go to the US. We would be about 80 stores by the end of the year. We just launched our first only sneaker store yesterday, the Soul Store sneaker division in Chennai. Because we were seeing that sneakers are working well, and we have a right to win because we again have very differentiated sneakers. So we started a sneaker store. Now, if this experiment does well, then that allows us to start another 30-40 sneaker stores across the country. Usual suspects like Myntra, Amazon, Flipkart, etc. But the bulk of our sales, about 50-55%, comes from our own web and app. 30% comes from our own stores. So our own channels do about 80-85%. And then about 15-17% or so comes from the marketplaces. We expect that by the end of the year, the store contribution will be about 40-45%. We expect it to climb from the current 30-35%. Today, the Soul Store is the undisputed home of pop culture in India. I don't think anyone takes this space from us. Exciting license launches. I think we have some of the new Japanese anime licenses which nobody in India has. The main reason is because it's so hard to get these licenses, to work with them. It's hard, and at the same time, they don't like working with India because India doesn't have the patience to go through their processes. But after a lot of begging and pleading and meetings, we have about 4-5 new anime licenses launching, and we are going to launch, like, for example, a super Man, rug tomorrow, like a big one. And then we'll launch the actual Thor's hammer, which with engraving and cast iron and stuff. So these are like the obviously the otherwise we have your usual apparel categories, which is your casual and semi-casual, top wear, bottom wear, boxers for men, women, kids, etc., etc. We have perfumes, we have sneakers, but we're also going to double down on our bags. We're going to double down on other trinkets like maybe a Harry Potter wand, etc., etc. I think we've crossed 500 crores last year. We project about 750, 800 crores this year. It says T-shirt showed personality dekh. The whole truth from by Shashank. Thinking Fast and Thinking Slow by Daniel Kahneman.